My name is Nate Sanders. I'm the general manager at Battle and Brew.
My name is Brian Smalley. They call me Chef Lubu, and I am the kitchen manager and head chef of Battle and Brew.
My name is Bunny, and I am the marketing manager for the bar.
I'm Sammy Osborne. I'm a server here at Battle and Brew. I'm also in charge of coordinating their video content for their YouTube website.
Battle and Brew's been around for almost 9 years now. We've been real active in the esports community and geek community. It's basically three of my favorite aspects of life: food, booze, and video games, all in one hub.
You get a lot of opportunities to talk to just about everyone from every walk of life in the geek community. You learn a lot about people, and you have a chance to really reach out and actually be a part of the community and help shape the community. Pubs are a great place to talk and have communities, and that's what we're about.
We're a craft beer bar, so we do a very high-end beer program. We take a lot of time and do a lot of research into that beer program. We get a lot of rare beers that you may not be able to get anywhere else. We try to keep our price point easy access for people to be able to enter the craft beer scene without being overwhelmed. Favorite drink, that's really hard because the drink menu is very near and dear to my heart. Cocktail-wise, The Walking Dead is probably going to be my favorite.
Any of the stouts. I like the darker beers. They're my favorites.
My favorite drink on our sake cocktail list is the Aurora Monroe. It's a delicious chocolate coffee beverage based on Storm from X-Men.
Southern Tier's Creme Brulee Stout, and I think we sell more kegs of it than anyone else in this state.
We also do a good, American pub fare as far as food goes. Easy to eat while you're playing video games, easy to munch on, filling food. We do food specials that are fantastic, always gamer themed.
We're going to want to look at what's seasonal, what's fresh, and how do we use it, and how can we use it, and how can we tie it in. We may have a game that we want to make something for. We may have a new title or something that says, oh, this just came out and it has this setting. I think that's really cool. Can we do something with that? And that's when I start hitting people up on Twitter and Facebook and the internet and blowing up their emails. But there's no set design. It's very fluid and it's very much a moving picture.
I have a beard, so I'm a fan of not getting super messy when you eat. So I would say the chicken pesto quesadilla is probably one of my faves.
My favorite right now is the chicken and waffles. He created a blueberry waffle made with blueberry Red Bull, and it was delicious. It's the Bacchus blueberry waffle, and it is so yummy, and you can put chicken tenders on it, and it's just super good.
Maybe this Friday, whatever we come up with, that'll be my new favorite. Even though it's a one-time only thing, it'll be like, you know what, that's my favorite for now. Currently, it's just a hickory burger.
You're asking me to choose. You're asking me to pick one for my babies. All of my babies are my babies. Everything on the menu is my favorite. The two things that I'm most proud of definitely are the chicken pesto quesadilla, which is a simple meal, but it's just something that people don't really think about, and then they try it and they're like, oh, this is awesome. And the other would be the Triforce burrito, which has been one of our best-selling items forever.
We like to think of ourselves as the hub of the geek community in Atlanta.
Battle and Brew is incredibly involved in all things Atlanta geek related, I think.
G20, who's it's a female cosplaying group here in Georgia, is super active. They've done some bake sales here and a lot of stuff like that. I do a booze and sci-fi panel at DragonCon myself. We've always done an MMO trivia.
We are one of the primary, if not the primary sponsor for DragonCon's video game track. We help with MomoCon, for Gay Pride, International Board Game Day. Golly, I mean, there's not a thing that exists in Atlanta that is geek related that we don't try to help with.
Geek culture and the geek community in Atlanta is very important to us because we are part of that culture and we want to see it thrive and we want to see it expand.
On Thursday nights we do a tabletop night and it's become really active, so there's a lot of fun stuff to do here other than just specifically video games.
You can always bring in your own tabletop games if you have something you want to try out, or if you're looking for people who maybe want to learn how to play. There's always people who are willing to jump into anything.
You can play board games, you can read comic books, you can read books, you can read manga. We have two big bookshelf libraries of American comic books, manga, and actual novels that were donated by customers that you can come in and read for free on your lunch break.
You can watch esports. We stream all of the latest esports up on all of our screens, so you can watch sports with other esports fans.
Esports in general, yeah. It really started with StarCraft and Warcraft and such, where there's individuals that are playing against other individuals, whether it's team-based or solo-based, and it's actually broadcasted via streaming the internet or on a channel. There's several actual channels in Korea dedicated to StarCraft alone, where it's just like ESPN would be here in the United States, where you can literally tune in and watch these competitors compete in their specific sport, which just happens to be an electronic sport, an e-sport.
We stream LCS, League of Legends, we stream Smite. Recently, Goat Simulator has been a fun one. My favorite to watch is Dreamcast Casino, which uses characters that people put into Mugen and just have them fight each other based on AI. And that's always fun to watch because characters pop up that you would never anticipate would pop up, like Ronald McDonald and stuff like that.
Anime night, when we show anime. So if you're not into gaming, but you're still a geek and a nerd and you want to come out and you love anime, you can come out and watch anime.
Or you can just shoot the shit. You know, you can come in and talk. We love to talk. If you're talking about something I love, if you're talking about a video game I love, man, I will talk your ear off. I think I got in an argument with a guy last night about Gundam, what constitutes a Gundam and Gundam Endless Waltz. And I think that lasted for about an hour and a half.
You know, we have a lot of people that come in specifically for the craft beer menu. We have a lot of people that come in specifically for the food, for the food specials on Friday, stuff like that. And then, you know, the gaming crowd is just as eclectic as they are. It's really cool because there's not a specific cookie cutter shape or look for the customer or the guest here at Battle and Brew. It's very eclectic. We welcome all geek facets of life, and that includes a lot of different types of people.
I don't think I've ever seen two people exactly the same walk in this bar, even when they're twins. And I say that because we hired a twin, and I've seen his brother a lot. We've been featured in some LGBTQ just magazines, and we get a lot of people from, you know, different walks of life that aren't necessarily treated with respect at other bars, and that's a terrible thing to hear about, but it happens. And so if we can be that place that is open to other cultures or societies or lifestyles or you know, gender identities, then I'll totally be that. We'll be that all day. And we want, you know, everyone to feel welcome and everyone to feel comfortable here.
We have a ladies' night every Friday, and you'd be, I don't know, you might be shocked at the number of girls that come in and how pretty they are.
I've been in the bar industry for 14 years now, and I've seen everything from extremely belligerent, ridiculous bars where you have to have security guards all over and everything, to fine dining. And I expected this bar to be more belligerent and more out of control just because it is a really fun environment, but I was surprised. It's actually pretty well behaved. You know, don't get me wrong, we have fun and we tie one on at a time, but it's for the most part really well behaved. Yeah, I think it's really a good thing to be social as a geek or a gamer. This bar kind of gave me the ability to include the gaming in my social life and make that another social thing for me. I think it's really good because a lot of the stigma of gamers or geeks or nerds or whatever is that they're this antisocial crowd kind of hiding in their parents' basement playing their video games kind of deal. And I don't think that's really the case anymore.
Gamers, like, we already are social online, but it's just so much more to be able to interact with people in person. You make so many more friends, and you're just exposed to so much more. I know personally that if it wasn't for places like Battle and Brew, I probably wouldn't go out much.
We do a lot of the stuff behind the scenes to help, you know, normal people, whatever you want to call people who aren't in our subculture. We produce a lot of content, and a lot of the times we get kind of overlooked since we're behind the scenes type people. And it's just important that we get out there and represent ourselves.
In the past couple decades, I would say I was a Nintendo kid, so I've grown up around video games my whole life. So seeing the esports movement come over from Korea, and StarCraft and Warcraft and all this come over to the United States and become a thing globally has been huge for video gaming, especially huge for this bar, because that's kind of what we based our business model on. This past World Championships for League of Legends, they had more viewers than the NBA Finals did. So I mean, that shows you like it's a viable thing. It's really becoming something huge.
What it means to be a geek has definitely sort of changed. I don't know, maybe before my generation it might have been looked down upon, is what I've seen from, you know, historical pop culture or whatever, but you know, now it's something that you can be proud of. You're that passionate about whatever media or whatever you're interested in, whatever medium you choose, you're that passionate about it to know everything about it and constantly be seeking your information on it, and I think that's what being a geek is, and I think it's something to be celebrated.
The biggest changes recently in geek culture would probably be the strong push from the communities to create less hostility amongst each other. We now show empathy, charity, giving, all of that and you know, we used to just be, to society, we used to just be a bunch of basement dwellers, you know, that hid behind computer screens, and now we're everywhere. We're senators, we're chefs, you know, we are the people that make the world run, and we're going to be in charge, and it's our culture and it's our society, and so we need to step up and be responsible for it and change things for the better. And I think we're doing a great job so far. I look forward to the next decade.